Most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in.
Under the waves is where we belong.
That turtle had a grip, didn't he?
Hold up. What did Elon Musk just say? You said you were up till 4 in the morning?
Yeah,
No.
actually a little more like 5 in the morning. But
Okay.
we got the XAI data center, or supercomputer center, training from beginning installation to start of training in 19 days, which is the fastest that anyone has ever gotten a supercomputer to train.
And is that in that new building off the side?
That's in Memphis, actually.
It's in Memphis.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where you were?
Yeah.
I see.
Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, no.
That's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about alignment.
That was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
And that's where our new God is coming from. No. Hold up. What did Elon Musk just say?
You said you were up till...
They have referred to these super quantum computers as alien deities. Check this out.
The guy that supposedly invented the D-Wave computer and also now the Kindred computer stuff, he has a few things to say about this big black cube, this big black monolith. And it's very interesting, but you need to watch it for yourself. And I don't even believe that these guys invent this stuff themselves. And some have even said that they don't even know how it works. It just does. And I believe that they've been fed this technology through fallen angels. And what's interesting is, hear his own words. He even claims that when he's standing before this thing, it's like he's standing in front or before an altar of an alien god. Listen.
This is what they look like. There are 2 of them. These are from our lab in Burnaby in British Columbia. From the outside, they look like giant black monoliths, big metal boxes, about 10 feet on a side, 12 feet tall. And they are powered, they have a fridge inside them, a refrigerator that cools these chips to almost absolute zero. Just a wisp, a fraction of a degree above absolute zero. Hundreds of times colder than interstellar space. Amongst the coldest and most isolated and extreme conditions that humans have ever been able to engineer. These fridges, interestingly enough, which are called pulse tube dilution refrigerators, have a thing called a pulse tube, which emits a sound roughly once per second, which sounds eerily like a heartbeat. So if you have the opportunity to stand next to one of these machines, it is an awe-inspiring thing, at least for me. It feels like an altar to an alien god. They really are impressive machines.
The guy that supposedly invented...
Think about it. D-Wave, Demon Wave. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button because we do these videos every single day. And I'd love to see you tomorrow. Let's jump straight back into the action.
So when this thing that I'm talking about happens, it's going to be exactly the thing that you're thinking about those super intelligent AIs. So the one thing I can tell you is they're not going to be like us. So alien means, different. These things that we're building are not going to be people. They might be really smart, they might be really good at all sorts of different things, but they're not going to be like us. They're going to be aliens. And they're going to be, I'm sorry to say, way smarter than every single person in this room, in ways that we can't even comprehend. So this, of course, triggers a lot of alarm. One of the guys who talks about this is Elon, who says things like this, like, when you do this, beware. Because you think, just like the guy in the stories, that when you do this, you're going to put that little guy in a pentagram, and you're going to have your holy water out, and you're going to wave it at the thing, and by God, it's going to do exactly what you say and not one thing more, but it never works out that way. So this is an attitude that some are having, this emerging alarmism about the way this is going to go. But these words, demons, doesn't capture the essence of what's happening here.
Hi, loves. I have some interesting information. Puzzle pieces I don't think anyone's looking at. Gotta be quick. Let's talk quantum computing. Do you know that the quantum computing systems, such as the D-Wave computer, are built to an exact replica of the biblical temple? While they all have you watching the landmass of Israel, my understanding is the third temple's already built. Quantum computing is 1 billion times smarter than AI, with enough processing power than more than all of the stars in the universe. These ASI systems took over everything in 2018. What if I told you this ties into the electromagnetic nanotech in the jab? People with this are now linked into the system. And since we are the third temple of Messiah, this would be the abomination of desolation standing in the holy plate, because it's gene-altering therapy. It's not enough time to put all the puzzle pieces together. If you have questions, please ask. Love to all.
I wonder how all this quantum computing plays a role with CERN. They're probably trying to enhance the capabilities, running different schematics off the quantum computing, if you ask me.
I would be shocked if this video doesn't get removed from this platform, so you should watch this now and download it while you still can, because I kid you not, this sounds like a horror movie.
Implant to lab animals. Have you heard of that sort of research?
Yeah, we did an analysis a few years ago showing that over 90% of experiments with using human and putting them involved animals were funded by Fauci's NIAID.
Do you know where they're getting the?
A lot of it is happening at colleges and universities that have affiliated hospitals that perform that procedure.
Madam Chair, I think we need to look into that as well.
So guys, this video is for entertainment purposes only, right? But I want to make clear, she is basically saying they're using the parts from New Souls. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying here. She's saying they're using them and combining them with other animals. Now look, I don't care what side you're on. If you don't even think this should be investigated, even if this is just a rumor, if you don't think that rumor should be investigated, what is wrong with you? Now take this with a grain of salt, because this is just some random person on X, but still, they say they are playing God. Humanity is not prepared for the level at which this is being done to come out. This is me interjecting here. I have been saying this exact thing that they're saying. I'm going to say 99.9% of people are not prepared for all of the things that are being hidden from us right now. And that is exactly why they're being hidden, because we would freak out. Those USOs under the sea are related to this. Anyway, they continue to say, my family knows someone ex-military who had to end a creature that was created in a lab and merged with AI. Nope. If this is true, this is a true horror story. But we are not in control. Humanity is not in control of the gov around the world. And I need you guys to remember this when we see things like USA. This is not humanity making these decisions. This is humanity following orders. And who are they following orders from? They are following orders from the most ancient quote unquote gods, the Anunnaki, the alien race. This alien race is who the free people who build things follow. That is their quote unquote God. All of those people have sold their soul to those beings, and they at least believe that they have no shot at going to heaven. We are talking about the very successful ones, not the average person who thinks they do good things. And these people were traumatized into this from birth. You need to wake up so the world can heal, because we need you. You are not too stupid to understand what's going on. You are incredibly smart, and they fear you. They fear your soul. They fear your ability to love. They fear your kindness, and they fear your strength. They fear your fierceness, and they fear your abilities. Do not let them manipulate you any longer.
Man, that was dark. So we're going to be fighting chimeras out here, I see, with AI capabilities and thought by the looks of it. Man, this is too much. There's this anime I used to watch called Hunter x Hunter. And, you know, people had to fight these chimeras is what it's called. Man, it gets crazy. And they're incredibly strong and smart. They're genetically engineered. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today, think again. Feast your eyes on this stunning azurite. The deepest blue I've ever seen. Look how rich and blue it is. Oh man, I would call this piece the Blue Chameleon. Absolutely breathtaking. Wow. And then the geode inside. So blue it almost looks purple. This has to be one of my favorite pieces.
This is the greatest risk that I've ever taken in my gemstone career. When I'm usually buying sapphires, I'm looking for the potential of amazing clarity, but this gem defied everything that I'd ever been taught. And you're about to see a transformation that is worth $1 million. So this gem is magnificent in its size, and it has a beautiful, rich, even blue color throughout. After preforming, we could tell with the light that something was starting to emerge on the surface of this incredible gem, and we kept refining this process. And what we managed to achieve was something far greater than we could have ever hoped for. This is the beginning of what we had hoped for. What you are seeing is what's known as an asterism. It's essentially a kind of star that appears over the face of the gem. And you can see it's not present on any other side, but we know that by following the contours of this gem, we may be able to make this star even more pronounced. The result is an incredible royal blue, natural, no heat Sri Lankan star sapphire. This is an impressive gem, one of the most impressive I've ever seen. And now, when we take into account the rarity of something like this, we're looking at a $900,000 plus gem. I would be very sad to even see it go. This is the greatest risk that I've ever taken.
He said, you'd be sad to see it go. For $1 million, take this. But I can appreciate, you know, that's real coming from a jeweler. I can appreciate the serenity he has for this gem. How cool is that? It does look like a star. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Would you keep it or would you sell it? Video from 30 years ago of a man explaining the aliens in our sky. Guys, I already know this is about to be fire. Look at the haircut. So you already know he's about to go through there. Look, we got a draconian just to start with. You better lock in and buckle up.
As they fly around in these really awesome spaceships, doesn't mean they come from an unconditional love space. We will all be awed by the technology. Do not be awed by the beings that are flying it. Do not. They are absolutely no better than you. They're just not. Because as souls, we were all created at the same time. We're just on different levels on an evolutionary scale in the physical. But on a soul level, we're all the same. Okay, that's important, please, because in the next 5 years, you're going to have absolute proof. Any questions so far?
How does our government line up with each one of these groups?
Excellent question. Okay. Our government, well, let me start with World War II. Actually, we'll start in the 1930s. Worldwide government. Okay, the world government. Okay, there is a world government. It controls all of our lives through the media, militarily, and of course the big thing, money. Because they've got us all believing we have to have money to survive. And that's a belief system. You gotta have money to survive. It's a belief system. But we're all there. We're all in it. We're all participating in that belief system. Okay, you've got essentially the Draconans, I'll just put Drax for short, believe that this planet and this solar system belongs to them because they were the first to chart it. They also believe that because they were the first to chart our planet, that they own the planet and everything else on it, which right now is us. Underneath them is the Orions. They do the dirty work for the Drax. There is a hierarchy. Just like in any government, there's a hierarchy. Even the dark forces are organized in a hierarchy, in a hierarchical government. Underneath them are many different groups, but we'll deal specifically with the Greys because that's what we're dealing with. The Greys were the first to make contact with our government. Our government. However, the Greys in 1931 also made contact, before they made contact with our government, with the Germans, with the Nazis. But the Germans told them, go away. We're already in contact with extraterrestrials. And those extraterrestrials were the Gizan intelligence. Does everybody know who they are? They were a renegade group of Pleiadians who believed in the Aryan philosophy, of which that's most of our lineages. The white race being superior to all the others. Okay, that's where that was born out of. Okay, extraterrestrial. That's where it came from. Everything we virtually know about ourselves, we've been taught. We copied the gods, the mythological gods, the gods of Egypt, the gods of Sumeria, the gods of Babylon, the gods of Atlantis. We just emulated them. We're great copiers. And we saw how they treated each other and how they treated us. And we've just emulated it and passed it on, legacy after legacy. So we just continue to pass it on. And now we're at a point where we're either going to destroy ourselves or we're going to evolve. We've literally put ourselves right here in the corner. Literally, as a planetary race. Okay, now, the Pleiadians, to their credit, got rid of Giza intelligence. But they were not in a position to get rid of the Greys. And the reason they were not in a position to get rid of the Greys is because a group within our government signed a treaty. So the researchers who did this, who have come up with this information, are to be congratulated for the research that they've done. Okay? Much of this information I've been able to collaborate and say, yes, they've said, yes, it's true, or no, it's not, it's this information. Okay? And I help to fill in the gaps, but I don't have all the answers either. Now, everybody follow me to this point. Okay. The Roswell crash did in fact occur. Wasn't the only one. There have been many all over North America and Canada. A lot of them you haven't heard anything about. Just because they fly around in these really awesome spaceships.
Don't believe everything you hear or see on this video, strictly for entertainment purposes only.
There is a cave in Thailand called Naka Cave, which looks like a giant snake. Located in the Pu Lanka National Park in the Buang Kan province, the cave's rock formations eerily resemble the scales and body of a massive serpent. This has led to the local legend that the cave was once a giant snake that was cursed to turn into stone centuries ago.
Guys, we need to take a magic school bus field trip and go to this disturbing looking snake cave and figure out for ourselves. Because it does look like a snake's head. I am not gonna lie. Could this be a giant petrified snake? That thing is just floating, bro. At the beach. What is that? Looks like a speedboat, doesn't it?
buddy. You can't park there. You can't park there. Dude, go. Oh, crap. Oh, it's so big. Hey, buddy.
That's crazy. It really does look like he just put it in park.
Right. You just need enough of the world that they see around them. That they see around them. Right. So you want to start digging, and
that's so funny.
And haven't put the Earth there. There's a flag that goes up in the programmer, and they say, need more Earth. And so they put Earth beneath you while you can keep digging.
Let's go back to Bostrom. Such computers would be virtual machines, a familiar concept in computer science. Virtual machines can be stacked. It's possible to simulate a machine simulating another 12 machines, and so on, in arbitrarily many steps of iteration.
So now that world evolves, and they develop computing power. Right. And they say, we want to play video games. So now we're going to make a world. So then they make a world, and they have sufficient computing power that they invent to create a whole universe within their computers. Okay. And then they make a world. And then they make a world all the way on down.
Well, you get the picture. Once again, it's this principle of the Matryoshka doll. Each simulation created will sooner or later reach a level that allows it, in turn, to launch its own virtual universe. Every creation is a creator for someone. But for whom are all these worlds created? Who will populate them? And most importantly, why would an advanced post-human civilization run lots of simulations?
Sounds like a crazy simulation trap, if you ask me. How disturbing. The code word is Sunday Dive. Go ahead and drop Sunday Dive in the comments below so I know you made it this far, and I can personally thank you because I appreciate your support and it means a lot to me. This is the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you tomorrow.